Welcome, Namaste, Namaskar. Welcome back to Jalprayag. I'm going to continue on the chart symbols again. I was actually planning to go for passage plan, but let me finish off this chart symbols. I'm going to take on Buoyage today. So it's IALA Buoyage. You can see the title. Even though they are coming under the same chart symbol categories, but they need to be described a little bit. And the amount of detail that is needed for you to know on Voyage is slightly more than the other chart symbols, where it was very easy to tell each one of them. So that is why I'm going to take a little bit more time on Voyage. Now, I will not be able to finish the Voyage symbols and the description in one video. It's not possible because there are totally six types of buoys. They have their own purpose. They have their own descriptions also. So I'll be taking a couple of series of videos. So this is the first one. Let us quickly look into what is the source. I've taken NP735, the Maritime IALA Buoyage. So that is the source for me. And I'm looking at paper chart symbols. Just for a recap, before on the symbols, what we have done. We have done on the playlist for chart symbols many videos. I've done 4 videos already there related to the chart symbols. Now, let me start this new one, Buoyage. Quickly, I'll go through a brief history why this Buoyage came into effect, what was the purpose, and what it achieved. It all started somewhere. The serious kind of thoughts about it started somewhere in 1971, and this happened because of a accident with one of the vessels called Texaco Caribbean, which had a collision in Dover Straits. Explosion, it sank. It had a loss of 8 lives in this one incident. This wreckage was marked approximately because Dover Strait, as you know, it's quite busy. Now, after some time, what happened was one more vessel called Brandenburg came and struck this wreckage of your Texaco Caribbean, and that also sank. A few weeks later, one more vessel called MV Nikki again struck the wreckage and again sank. So a total of 51 lives were lost in this a kind of incident which started with Texaco Caribbean, basically. Now, this gave a serious thought from the authorities. So that is where they consider as the development and implementation of IALA maritime buoyage system seriously started thinking about it. Even though buoyage was there before, but they started. The problem was all the countries did not follow a single uniform approach, and what a group of nations, particularly European countries, did was they used to use red lights or red buoys on the port side. They were called as port hand buoys, but you will see that American ports used red on the starboard hand buoy. Now, in 1980, IMO, which was earlier called IMCO, the IHO, and the lighthouse authorities of various countries agreed to adopt some rules so that they can have a common kind of approach with least confusion. So buoys were categorized mainly into various types. Out of that, the most common ones are your lateral and cardinal marks. So this is not the end of it. There are more buoys. I will keep finishing all the types of the buoys as and when the videos go on. But I'll be starting with lateral. For you, lateral and cardinal are very, very basic structures of the buoyage system. So even though there are more of them, so we'll deal with it. I'll start with the lateral. Now, as I said, even after there were a lot of discussions, still they could not come to a single conclusion or a single system. So what they did was in the lateral system, They decided, let us divide into a region A and region B. So the region A was using red to port, which is more of European standards, and region B used your red to starboard, which is your America, North and South, and few other countries. I'm going to show you a picture. The cardinal marks were in uniform, there was no problem, and the remaining boys also did not have any problem. So the main issue was only on this lateral marks. So let us look into it. And usually this red to port and red to starboard are for harbor entrances. I've shown you a picture here marking region A with red color. That means red to port. And then I marked region B with green color. That means it is opposite. You have green on your port side. So let us have a look on these two regions with one more picture here showing you red and green. You can see beside the North and South continents of America, there are a few of them in Far East Asia also. I'll show you one more picture. This is much easier to recognize on the videos. So you can see Americas are marked with red color, and you can see the Korea, Japan, and Philippines. Even those countries are following the system B. We'll see one by one what it is in detail. Let us look at boys' character. Before I can go into any of them, you should know what are the characters with which I can identify the boys. And then later on, I'll start with the actual description of lateral and remaining things also. So what are the main important characters with which I can identify the buoys? Number one is the shape. You can have these five very popular shapes: can, cone, pillar, spear, and spar. I'll show you a picture of this. I'll show you more pictures. This is exactly a screenshot of the basic models. I'll show you one more. See, you can see they are again same. Your can, which is canister, cone, conical, spear, pillar, spar, and you can have barrels also. But the first five symbols are the most common ones used in your Admiralty and your IALA systems. So these are your shapes you will find on the buoys also. The second feature, what is used, and they are strikingly individualistics also, is the body color of that buoy. You can have red and green, then you can have white also. You can have yellow and black, then blue also. These colors can come standalone or it can come with combinations. I've just shown you just a common picture just to tell you that they can be single or they can be in combinations. Okay, let us look at the third one. A kind of very important feature is your top marks. Okay, what can you have as a top mark? I can have a can or a canister top mark. It will look like this. I can have a cone. Then I can have a spear. Usually black spears are there. Then I can have a cross and a plus symbol also. So these are typically five top marks you will find in the buoys. So colors can vary depending on what is the typical buoy. I'll talk about that later, but these are your general shapes of your top marks. Then what about in the night? In the night, they will have lights for identification. So they will have colors, they will have rhythms also. Let us see what are the colors: red, green, you can have white also, yellow, and blue. Sometimes you will see a combination of them also. Okay. Then there's a light rhythm. Rhythm can be simple flashing, quick flash, very quick, group of flashes, composite group, and Morse code. All these things are possible for you. There's one more which is isophase also. It could be isophase as well. You will see reflective or retroreflective tapes on them. They are slightly little bit off to remember. Why? Because if you have a black buoy, you cannot have a black retro tape. That is why usually you will see red is there, yellow is there, blue is representing a black buoy. You will see wherever this black body colors are there, they might be giving you blue one, then you can have white. These are typically the four retro tapes for you to visualize them. Okay. You can have additional features also, like they can put a AIS on this, they can put a Raycon, They can have sound signals for fog, restricted visibility also. Now, usually this uh, chart gives you a direction of general direction of buoyage to guide the mariner on each region, because otherwise, if you remember laterals are region A, region B, then you should know which color you should expect on which side. So usually you will see on region A will be marked with red to port, and region B you will see red will go to the starboard. So this is what is region A and region B. I'm going to start with lateral marks. I'll be stopping with one of the lateral marks, and then I'll continue with it because then the data keeps increasing. So I'll stop with one lateral mark. Let me start with the first, which is region A, which is followed in larger number of countries in the world. Let us quickly look at description. Every buoy, you should know the purpose also. Lateral means it is your sides, which means I can call it a port hand buoy or a starboard hand buoy also. I have marked the colors based on region A. Please remember, when you go to region B, the colors change. Now, what do these port hand and starboard hand buoys represent? They try to give you a safe water limits on any water route. So they'll give you a port side limit and the starboard side limit of your water route. Okay. Red and green colors are reserved for these marks. They are reserved for the lights also and reserved for the body color also. I'll show you that. Shapes could be these four shapes: uh, can, pillar, spar, and cone. And particularly, I have marked the can buoy with a red color since I'm going to talk about region A, and cone with green color. These are the shapes which usually are there on these each sides. They normally are not interchanged. Can is always there on the port side, and the cone is always there on the starboard side. Okay, and pillar and spar could be anywhere you can put it on. Now, there's something very important for you is a top mark. Your port hand buoys will have a canister top mark, can, and the starboard hand buoys will have cone top mark. This is something again reserved. Uh, these top marks usually are placed on the pillar and spar buoy to indicate the sides. So let us see some examples. As I said, I'm going to talk about only region A right now, which means red to port, and I'm going to start with a port hand buoy. The word port hand buoy means you should have it on your port hand when a vessel sails. So I'm just giving you a vessel. Let us say the vessel is moving away from this buoy. So you can see this buoy has been kept on the port side. So you should leave it on the port side. Lights, please remember, it can be flashing red, it can be long flash red also, a quick red also. But I have written only one rhythm so that is easy to understand. All the buoys which are floating structures, which are either moored or anchored, should be slightly tilted on your symbols. So that is why you can see I've done a slight tilt on the body. And very important is a top mark, which is your canister. So can. I'll show you a real picture. These are two real pictures of port hand buoys. So when you look at the vessel, I'm showing everything on the port hand, so that it makes some sense also. If you look at animations of, let us say it is on the paper chart and all, you could see these kind of symbols. So can buoy, cone, and spar. They have given me, sorry, can, I'm sorry, can, pillar, and the spar. That is what is given here. And if you see, the can top mark is repeated on your pillar buoy and the spar buoy. So just to indicate which side. And this shapes, please remember, will not change in any region. That is why it's very important. Your top mark is very important. I'm going to highlight the top mark. Whatever port hand buoy is there, you will always see this canister top mark, and particularly on a pillar shape and a spar shape. So this is what is your port hand buoy. Let's go on a starboard hand buoy. Same region A, starboard hand buoy. I've shown you a vessel moving, and you can see this buoy is placed on the starboard side. Green color. I've shown you a pillar shape on this, and I put a cone top mark. So it is a cone top mark. Let me show you real pictures. These are the pictures, and possibly in your paper charts and all, you might, or in websites, you might find these symbols showing you. Here also the top mark is very important. There is the cone. Please remember, even if you go to region B also, The color changes, but the top mark does not change, and the shape of the buoys do not change. I'll come about region B in the next video, not on this video. I'm going to stop with one more slide. Let me just quickly show you. Let us say the vessel is moving. You can see forward. I have shown you two animated symbols. One is the port hand as a red can, and starboard hand is a green cone. So that is what I've shown you. But I've shown you two pictures of real buoys also. So this is how you will see on a channel. When you are moving on a channel, you should see the port hand, the red color port hand buoy and the green color starboard hand buoy. So I'm going to stop this particular video at this stage because I need to remember I need to make more. I need to talk about region B also, and there are more buoys to deal with it. Well, let us look at the description, the purpose, and what are the symbols also we'll see. So video number 1 of Buoyage will stop here and will continue. Please keep watching Jal Prayag, and until then, Vanakkam, Namaste, Namaskar. I'll come back with the new video soon.